Hi, welcome to another episode of 2 Minutes on Tuesday. I'm Sam Miller of RE/MAX Stars Realty. I've got so much to tell you and I'm going to try to do it in under 3 minutes. We'll keep it between 2 and 3 minutes, so that's my goal. First thing, housing market red hot. I'm totally shocked how active the market is, considering that we've been in basically what feels like a monsoon season for the past 2 weeks with nothing but constant rain. I mean, you can look out along the side of the road and there's water in the ditches and culverts. The rivers are practically overflowing. The ponds and lakes are at full pool. It looks like water's about to overflow. It's been nuts. I feel bad for the farmers because if they didn't get their crop in by now, a lot of them are probably going to be struggling this year. So anyway, it's amazing what's happening in the housing market, though, because it is so active. There's so much buying activity. Of course, school's out. That's driving a lot of the market. And you may have heard about this, but 2 weeks ago, the federal government made a reduction in the interest rate. So the interest rates have now dropped. A little over 2 weeks ago, the rates were around 4.25% on a 30-year fixed rate loan. Today, they're somewhere between 3.75% and 3.875%. So they've dropped, depending on when you check the rate, somewhere in the 3/8 to 0.5% reduction. So that lowering of interest rate, you may be going, wow, 3/8 doesn't sound like much, or 0.5% doesn't sound like much. Let me put it in the perspective where it will make sense how you benefit from this. Let's pretend that 2 weeks ago, before the rates dropped, at 4.25%, the bank or lender you were working with had pre-qualified you and said, you're good to go, you can spend up to $190,000. Well, there's a very high probability that that same lender today, with the lower interest rate, somewhere in that 3.75% to 3.875 range, would tell you you no longer qualify for $190,000. You now got a boost, and now you qualify for $200,000 with no changes whatsoever, except just the difference in the interest rate. Now, the bottom line is your borrowing power or your buying power, depending on how you look at it, your money's going to go further. You're going to basically be able to get about $10,000 more house than you could have 2 weeks ago, with probably a lower monthly payment than you would have had 2 weeks ago with the slightly higher interest rate. Now, this is a benefit for the buyer, obviously, because they're going to be able to buy a nicer house for the same payment, or they can buy the same house they would have bought 2 weeks ago and now have a lesser payment because of the savings through the interest rate. So that's the first thing. Now, sellers, homeowners, there's a benefit for you too, actually a couple. One of which is, in the buyer's eyes, it's going to look like your house just went on sale, even though your asking price or listing price remains the same because the monthly payment on your house went down. And also, if the buyer for your house needs to sell their home, their house just became more affordable to sell. More people might be interested in buying theirs. And once they free up the sale of theirs, guess what? They get to buy yours. So the market's just booming, really going well. In the last 4 days, we listed 2 houses, both of which went under contract within the first day or two. We had multiple offers on both. So market is super, super active. We are grateful. Thank you for the continued support. I'm Sam Miller, RE/MAX Stars Realty. If you have questions, feel free to give us a call, 740-397-7800. Looks like 3 minutes, 30 seconds, but I'll take it. Have a good one. Bye.